one very powerful technique that you can use in order to untangle yourself from the illusion of the mind, of the self, is the noting practice. And this is so valuable in creating clarity of mind and body. You do it by very simply putting labels in your mind onto your experience. You just use a very simple label. It doesn't have to be very precise or elaborate, so 1 or 2 words are enough. And you do that rather quickly, and then you go to the next experience that arises. And you only note what is actually arising in the moment. So you could put the label seeing onto something that you visually see from the outside. So it's very simple, very broad category. Everything you see, you note seeing. And the way to do that is to really consciously experience very quickly the experience, like note, I see something. And then in your mind you say see. And maybe you recognize that your focus actually stays there. It stays in seeing for a while maybe. And so you can say once a second, for example, seeing, seeing, seeing. And then you may notice, oh, actually my focus right now has shifted to something that I hear. There is something coming in from the outside to my ears. And you could just note hearing, hearing, hearing. And then maybe the sound passes and you recognize something flashed in your mind. You had a quick inner picture of what you did just an hour ago, what you wanted to remember, a face of someone you know. And so you recognize this and say, seeing in, inner seeing or thinking. And because this is visual thinking. So you can make the distinction there to make the distinction between visual thinking and auditory thinking with, for example, see in when you have a mental image or hear in when you have a thought. These are the labels that Shinzen Yang uses, for example, but you can also put them both in the same category as thinking. That's also fine. And then you note also sensations of the body and emotions. So you note feeling for any sensation in the body, or you could also distinguish them there in feel in and feel out. Physical sensations, so to speak, are feel out, and emotional body sensations are feel in. And what this practice is really good at is, first of all, keeping your attention of what is actually going on in the moment. But then the second and very profound effect it has is to show you what reality is made of, what your experience is made of. It shows you past and future, how it's created in the now. And really it can lead all the way to very deep insights of no self, where you realize cause and effect as a fundamental aspect of reality. That everything is codependently arising and there's no place for a separate self to make a decision apart from this whole creating the experience. So this practice can be done all day long. You don't have to sit down for only a limited amount of time during your day where you dedicate that time to noting. You know, the power of this practice really comes alive when you commit to doing it all day. At first it will be easier when when you are by yourself, when you have easy tasks to do, when you are walking somewhere, when you are sitting. But over time you can even do it while speaking, while listening, while interacting with other people, even though there it's more difficult to not get sucked into the content of thought and keep your mind in yourself over and over again that there's a thought, it's thinking, or hearing. But it's possible, and it is so powerful when you realize that this process is speeding up, that it's like your sensitivity to experience becomes more fine-tuned. You recognize more things. It's really, really powerful, and it keeps you present, it takes you deep, and it's a great complement for a practice of sitting meditation or walking meditation. So I highly recommend noting practice. And of course what I just outlined is just the rough guidelines to start with. If you have been doing this practice or you want more details on this practice, you have some questions about this practice, about some of your experiences, what you should do with certain type of insights, how to go forward, maybe I can help you, and you can contact me through my website. You can book sessions with me there. It's free or based on donations, whatever amount you want to give for the value you received. So feel free to contact me, and with that, thank you for watching. See you in the next video.